لا يزال الخير حيا لا يزال إن في الدنيا سلاما وظلال.
This one.
Yeah, no,
The shy
it's
one.
all about you. It's all about you.
It's all about you.
Yeah, you made the claim that
all
Tommy,
about you.
everything he says you believe. So I am
Everything I've heard him say.
right. So you heard him talk about Safia, and you believed it. Yeah.
Well, you're assuming I gave it any time of day to
Do you believe
think
it?
about.
Well, you either believe everything someone says or you don't.
Well, there's a bit of assumption there, isn't there?
Well, you made the claim you believe everything he says. You said there's nothing he said. Your words, nothing he said that I don't disagree with.
We might have been eating my tea at the time.
No, you were here.
You're not.
You were here.
No. When he said whatever he said about Sophia.
Oh, is it? Okay. So you don't believe
Do
everything?
you give everything 100% attention and thought at every moment of your living life?
I wouldn't make a claim. I wouldn't make a claim. I believe everything someone says if I didn't believe everything they say.
But that doesn't then mean you're giving them 100% attention every moment that you're there.
No, but I wouldn't give them carte blanche. I wouldn't give them carte blanche. If I wasn't paying attention to what they're saying, the last thing I would do is say I believe everything they're saying. Really?
I don't think that's a genuine statement.
What do you mean?
I don't know. There might be some Islamic scholar who you have a lot of respect for. You think, they are the bee's knees when it comes to knowledge about Islam. You might be sitting at home and they might be on the TV or on the internet. You're not actively listening and thinking and taking.
Have you heard me claim I believe everything somebody says?
Is there no living person?
Have I made that claim?
No living person.
No, I haven't made that claim. Have I made that claim?
Have a thought.
Have I made that claim?
But I'm asking.
Well, you've made the claim.
But I'm asking you.
No, I haven't made the claim.
That's not relevant.
Why isn't it?
Is there anyone?
I couldn't say.
Is there anyone on? See, this is the game.
It's not the game. The difference is you made the claim.
I try to be sincere. And
No,
honest.
no.
I don't think you do.
No, you're talking about eating your tea now. You didn't hear about him talking about Sophia, and then you start telling me.
Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes in discussions like this, you're a slippery snake.
What?
And you're playing a game.
No.
You're not being sincere, and you're not being.
Steve.
That is why I come away with the view of you that I come.
This
away
whole conversation from the very start was me asking you. You said you believe everything Tommy says, and I'm asking you why.
Everything I've heard him say.
Right, and you've heard him say about Safia.
This is a game. It's a game. You're playing a game. You're saying because I said.
I want to know why you put such trust in this man.
Every time you interpret it slightly different, and I correct you every time. Every time I correct you and say everything I've heard him say, I've had faith and trust and belief.
No, that's you moving the goalposts.
No, it's not at all. It's clarifying what I said.
Right.
And only I know what I meant by something I said, don't I?
Yes.
Not you.
Yes.
You can grab some words and say, yeah, but you said.
No.
Only I know what I meant.
I heard you say on video, on camera, that you believe everything, and you repeated it maybe 3 or 4 times.
It's a slight exaggeration, but anyway, probably not relevant. Whether I repeated it 4 times or not.
3 or 4 times, I said. 3 or 4 times. And you did, because I think you was prodded. All right. And I'm just trying to understand why you put such faith in him. I don't understand it. When you know he's biased in what he says anyway.
Biased?
He's making money from what he's doing, isn't he?
So are you guys.
I'm not making money. I'm not making no money.
You're part of something that is making money.
I'm not making any money, mate. This isn't paying my bills.
Whose bills is it paying? His bills?
No.
Whose bills is it paying?
This will pay for...
Who's paying the bill for this?
It'll pay for
the bill it's paid.
Oh, okay. It will pay for the camera.
You bought that one out, so what's
It'll pay for the camera.
What bill is it next?
Oh, okay. It'll pay for batteries.
You've not demonetised your channel now.
Shall I explain? Shall I explain?
So where's the money going?
Shall I explain?
Please.
Okay. The money gets used for equipment first thing. Yeah, we pay for translations. So I'll give you an example. We have a following in Malaysia and Indonesia. Yeah.
So what are you translating into Malay?
Into Malay.
So what are you translating?
The video.
What? So you're releasing a version of it with subtitles?
Yes. So you have to.
Countries.
Right. So you have to pay somebody. How much does it cost?
Well, Tan will do that for you, surely.
Yeah. That was a funny one. All right. But you
I think that's important.
So you have to
Do you
pay.
think laughter is important?
Yes, of course. Whenever. Have you seen my videos? Have you seen my videos?
You're funny, but. Yeah, go on.
All right.
Be nasty.
What?
Carry on.
So we have to pay. How much is it? So 1 second. You have to hear this. Yeah. Anas, how much is Malay subtitles? 40 quid a video.
40 quid for one video.
Right. We don't pay for that. We have to make that. What we make from the YouTube pays for that. Yeah. So We're not making
Can I
money from
I'll
this.
ask you another ignorant question.
Assalamu alaikum, John, how you doing?
Monetize. A bit of muttering and Arabic. Can you mind your wires, right?
I think people think we're the same person, but we've never seen staying in one place. Right, go.
Monetization. If there are no videos, if there are no adverts in or around the video, does that mean it's not been monetized?
Yes.
So you find out whether it's a monetized
It's called
channel by the presence of
monetized.
adverts.
Okay. It's called monetized, right? And so that's what funds what we do, right? But I personally don't make a penny. But Tommy,
He says the same, doesn't he?
he gets paid.
So
He gets
who do I
paid.
believe?
He gets paid, doesn't he? He said he has to go back to building
That's
or
his
something.
job. You do a job. He doesn't do another job.
Right.
Journalism
Right,
is
right,
his job.
right. So he gets paid to do what he does, isn't it?
Well, previously by the rebel, but not now.
So who's paying him?
Well, he's doing it himself now.
No, but who's paying him?
Haven't you heard?
No, but who's paying him?
Well, it'll be the same people giving him voluntarily.
Who are those people?
People that are fans, people that agree with
so
his
you believe
message.
he's funded by his fans rather than an entity above him?
Oh, cool.
See, I don't get funded by no one.
Let's talk about that entity above him.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
What is that?
I don't know.
Why did you say it then?
No, I said, do you not think that? Or do you not believe there are
Dude,
people?
I want to know what you think.
Okay. Who runs Rebel Media? Who owns Rebel
He's
Media?
left Rebel
No, but who
Media
owns them?
now, and he
Who
was
owns them?
only there. He was there for
Who owns
was it
them?
even a year.
Who owns them?
Ezra Levant.
Who owns them?
Ezra Levant.
And what's his background?
He's a Canadian. Used to work for another.
What's his
media
agenda?
company to make money.
No, what's it? More than making money.
He's got commercial enterprise
Right.
called the Rebel Media.
Right, which tells you that
It's a commercial.
Right. So
entity.
back to what I said to you.
It's about
Listen
profit
to me.
and loss.
What did I say to you? Tommy gets paid for what he does. Yes.
He used to be an employee.
Did he get money
Rebel
from the?
Media.
Did he get money from the book he
is
wrote?
not now.
Did he get money from the book he
is
wrote?
not now an employee.
All right.
So I'm an employee. I get paid a salary.
Does he get money from the book he wrote?
He used to be an employee.
The book he wrote against Mohammed.
Yeah, that's another big source.
Did he get paid?
The Amazon bestseller.
Did he get paid?
He's had 2 Amazon bestsellers.
Did he get paid?
Well, you make money when you sell books, don't you?
Right. So he has a vested interest in what he does, isn't it? I don't.
You're saying he does it, so therefore he's doing it for commercial purpose.
Part of it, of
therefore
course,
it
money.
might be less truthful.
No.
You're
I'm
saying you
asking.
don't do it for
No.
commercial
What I'm saying to you is
purposes,
this.
therefore
No.
you're
What I'm saying to you is
more
this.
trustworthy.
I don't get paid for doing what I do. Okay. So what I'm trying to understand is this. I'm trying to present the truth of Islam as I believe it. Tommy is presenting the truth of Islam as he believes it.
Yes.
I want to know what you believe what he says more than what I say.
So I think he's a more trustworthy individual.
Right. And you've met him less than me. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I said that. I mean, we haven't spent. Okay, we might have been standing 10 yards apart.
How many
But
times have you met Tommy?
In personal dialogue that you and me have had like this.
How many times have you met Tommy?
Tiny handful of times.
Huh?
Tiny
Where,
handful.
where have you met him?
At talks, at things he's done. I bumped into him in Trafalgar Square.
Really?
Stood and had a
What? You've been to his talks? Really? Was you part of the EDL at one point?
part of the EDL. The EDL wasn't a membership organisation, so
What?
you couldn't be part of it.
What, the EDL? No. Would you call yourself a member of the EDL
No.
at some point?
No.
What's your thoughts on Britain's First?
No.
Okay.
I think Britain First are a membership organisation. They're a registered political party.
I think EDL was
So you
selling
can-
hoodies and all that, weren't they?
But you can be a member of Britain First, like you could be a member of the Labour Party.
I agree.
You could never be a member of the EDL.
No, I'm just trying to understand this
There
idea
were street protest movements.
because we're both saying opposite things that can't be reconciled. Yeah.
Well,
So
we
one of
haven't-
it,
we haven't actually.
not me and you, me and Tommy. Yeah, and I'm only using him as an example because he's an English geezer like me. Yeah. Now I know he grew up amongst Muslims. Yeah. So
Did you grow up amongst Muslims?
no,
You did.
no. Later on in my life, I did.
So you're making these comparisons and similarities between you and Tommy Robinson. He grew up amongst Muslims.
No.
Ended up where he is. You didn't grow up amongst Muslims. You've ended up.
No.
That's interesting.
I encountered Muslims when I was 15, when I left
you did?
South Wales. Yeah. No, but what do you mean by growing up? I grew up in South Wales.
Phrase you use.
My schooling was all in South Wales, yeah? Except for when I went to sixth form in Stockport, when I moved back to Stockport, right? So that's when I met Islam. That's when I encountered Muslims for the first time. In Cumbraim? No, not so.
Bet there are now.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, in Newport and Cardiff and all that, yeah, of course. Even in Cumbraim where I was, there's obviously Muslims now. But
Obviously.
whenever there's a takeaway in it, there's Muslims. Yeah? So I did meet Muslims when I was 15, in the sense, but I didn't grow up on the streets with Muslims, if you know what I mean. All right. I did encounter Islam from the age of 15 onwards. I didn't embrace Islam. I embraced Islam when I was 27. Yeah? But the only reason I'm trying to understand is this.
And how old are you now?
44.
27 to 44.
17 years in October. So,
Do you remember the day?
huh?
Do you remember the day? I expect you do, don't you?
Which day?
The day that you...
Obviously, cost me everything. October the 7th, 2001. 3 weeks after 9/11. I remember exactly, mate.
3 weeks after 9/11.
Exactly 3 weeks. Roughly 3 weeks.
Any
19.
connection
Yeah, a massive connection, of course.
with 9/11?
Yeah.
What?
That it made me study what Islam is.
So you said it. 9/11 happened.
Yes.
That spurred you into studying Islam.
No,
you then became a Muslim.
I'll explain it to you.
That is kind of what you just said.
Yeah, but you see things in black and white. You don't understand nuance.
Well,
I'll make it easy for you.
not to.
When Muslims tried to talk to me about Islam, I used to ask them, "Are you praying 5 times a day?" Yeah, and the answer was, "Well, not really." And my response was, "Well, if you're not praying 5 times a day, why are you coming to me with the belief that you don't even do yourself?" Yeah.
4 just isn't enough, is it? 6 a bit too much.
Well, no. Yeah, but do what you're supposed to or not, isn't it? 5 times a day is the principle of prayer. I know.
Satirising the nonsense.
You can satirise as you like.
5 times, 4 times too
No.
short, 6 times.
Okay. Let me make it easy. Do you pray? Yeah, it's the same principle. Not you.
Well, you said you and you pointed at me, so...
No,
you didn't mean
I'm
you.
changing the
You
idea.
should have said just one prayer.
When I'm asking somebody, do you pray 5 times a day? The reality is this: I'm saying, are you praying as a Muslim should pray? That's the reality. Which means I'm asking, are you practicing Islam or not? Yeah. I have to break it down to baby steps. I don't mind doing so. Okay. So when I ask them,
I was ridiculing the
As you
idea
like,
that 5,
as you like.
5 is the precise number for some reason. That is the precise number that one must do.
for a very good reason. Anyway,
So tell me, we don't talk about that for a minute.
no.
Why 5 and not
No,
6?
I'm not going to tell you.
It's embarrassing.
I'm not going to tell you.
Embarrassing.
Nothing embarrassing whatsoever.
Tell me then.
No,
Come on, be open.
no, staying on point,
Be
mate.
sincere.
Staying on point, mate.
Your
Okay.
point. Your point.
Yeah, well, I am making the
I
point.
never said that in that,
Whose point would it be?
that discussion we had years ago.
Whose point
over
would
there,
it
I
be?
remember saying
Whose
that
point
very
would it
same
be? My point or your point?
thing. You're the king of the castle.
No, because I'm making the point. So whose point would we be talking about if I'm making the point?
Maybe my point.
Okay, so you tell me then. Tell me about me embracing Islam and all that.
Why? No, it's a question. Why 5 times? It's not
No,
6,
no.
not
That's just a
4.
deflection, mate. Stay on point.
Question.
No, it's not. The original point is
What is the
why
point
did
we're staying?
Do you want to know why
What
we
is the
pray
point
5
that-
times?
That is the theme
All right,
of this video that
Do you
you're
want
currently creating for YouTube. What is the theme of this video? Because that's the point.
Okay.
The theme that you
First
want to
thing-
play
first-
for this video.
okay, first
You've
thing-
currently got 3 microphones on.
First thing, I don't come here with an agenda. Okay.
Really?
I have not got a clue who'll come on my
told
plate.
me earlier, you did.
No, I don't have a clue who's going to come on my plate. I don't know what I'm going to talk about or where the conversation's going to go. I'm going
You kind of know it's not going to be about
All right,
Man U.
I'll tell you where we're gonna
You kind
go.
of know it's not going to be about Man U.
Why not? Just beat Chelsea 2-1. Yes! 2-1, mate. Lukaku and
Man
Lingard.
U, the Dawah side.
The match
What?
happened already.
Man U, the
Yeah,
Dawah
finished.
side.
Finished. 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1, mate. Back in second place. So we talk about Man U. All right. I'll tell you what we're going to do.
Man City, what's the game?
I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to teach the world why we pray 5 times a
we're
day.
talking about football.
I don't mind. All right. If you don't want to know how 9/11 I became a Muslim, if you don't want to know that now, you want to talk about 5 times prayer, yeah?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Which one do you want to talk about?
Let's do 5 times praying and then maybe return
All right,
to the...
all right. Why 5 times a day? Okay. See, as Muslims, we have what we call God consciousness, which means we remember God in everything we do in our lives, yes? You've heard Muslims say, Inshallah, Alhamdulillah. If they're going to go somewhere, say, I'll be at 5, Inshallah, God willing and such. Okay. So when we wake up in the morning, our first prayer is Fajr prayer, yeah? Morning prayer.
Right.
So as soon as we wake up in the morning, at a particular time, we recognize and glorify God. Okay. And then by afternoon, early afternoon, lunchtime, we again praise and recognize God. And then by late afternoon, we do it again. And at dusk, when the sun sets, we do it again. And then before we go to sleep, we do it again. It's 5 times a day, and it's likened to like if you're dirty and you wash in a river 5 times a day, you'll never be dirty. You'll always be cleaning yourself. Okay, so this is what we believe. We believe it is instructed through the teachings of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, through the Quran and through his Sunnah. Yeah, that's why we pray 5 times a day.
You're saying that the emphasis isn't on the number 5, the emphasis is on key moments of the day.
Which
Is that what you're saying?
equate to 5 times, yes.
And you said at least one of those moments is linked to sunset, the timing
Yes.
of the sun going
Yes.
down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what about there are areas of the world where there is 24 sunshine or 24
Okay.
darkness.
When this
How does that impact
yeah.
on
When that situation occurs, there are
Or if you're on the International Space Station?
there are situations when this occur, and the scholars have come up with whatever they've come up with. I don't know what the
So human beings have somehow thought about it.
yeah. We look into everything, mate. Look into everything. Yeah. Right, finish now. Should I carry on?
So what is, if you're living in the far northern...
Right. Let me just stop you right now.
Oh, is this-
I'm not a scholar of Islam, and I can't go into the nuances of such things. Yeah. I don't know everything, mate. Yeah. Right. So anyway, I asked you, are you praying 5 times a day?
Good answer.
What?
Some would say deflecting or ignoring it, but in me, again, that demonstrates you do have some sincerity.
Thank you. So when I asked this brother, are you praying 5 times a day? He said to me, well, not really. Now for me, I said to him, well, if you're not praying 5 times a day, meaning you're not praying as a Muslim, why are you trying to tell me about Islam? Because you're not doing it yourself. Okay. After 9/11, all Muslims started praying.
Why?
Just they got emotional.
Why did they get emotional?
Don't know. When
You have no idea. And that sounds quite a big change.
all I can say to you is
You
this.
don't know why.
No, well, all I can say to you is this. When I
You have theories
can
of why?
can I say it again? I'm not going to go into conjecture.
After 9/11, all Muslims started praying a lot more.
All right.
That's.
Okay.
I've not heard that before, and it sounds quite interesting.
Okay.
Why?
Because the world became divided into them and us, and people had to decide who they with, and then when they're with the Muslims, then they had to behave like Muslims. I assume. Just my assumption.
Part of the prophecy or something.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. So anyway, the people who I asked, are you praying 5 times a day? Who used to say, well, not really. When I asked that same question after 9/11, the response now is, yes, we all are. Yeah? And then when I asked why, and then they explained that, we just felt something. It is what it is, right? Whatever it is, it was. But what it was, but what happened at this point, you see, I think you're missing the whole point. I don't know if it's deliberate. Shall I explain the whole point?
interested in human
The point
beings,
here is
human
this.
behaviour.
My excuse I had not to listen to them has gone now.
Because
They are praying now. They are doing what they should be doing.
Muslims are suddenly praying a lot more than they did before.
Yes.
You're saying that's an excuse.
No. That was my excuse removed because I wouldn't listen to them.
Sorry, I'm disturbed by Islamic violence breaking out.
Well, I wouldn't say it's Islamic violence.
Well, when I see 2 police officers rush over very quickly.
Well, who's been arrested in the park recently? I've not seen Muslims being arrested.
Who have you seen?
I've seen that Jewish geezer. Is it? Guy with the
Joseph.
Israeli thing. No, not Joseph.
Israel
Not him. Not him. He's
Not the
a
little short guy. With
Yeah. I think the one who got kicked off the ladder. No, not him. The one who had some kind of Israel. I don't know. I've seen it on YouTube. What do I know?
I've never seen a Jew on a ladder here.
No, I think he was supporting it or something. Someone kicked a ladder or some nonsense. I don't
No,
know.
you're talking about the ex-Muslim Christian guy who was thumped off of a ladder.
Yeah, maybe him. I don't know. I'm not
There
saying.
he is there. Michael,
Yeah.
I think his name is.
Yeah. Anyway, so the point here is this. Are you listening?
That's why the police banned.
Are you listening or not? Are you done?
My mind is
Are you done?
dying,
You
so
done?
Carry on.
I don't mind.
Okay.
It's not for you anyway now. Don't worry about it. I don't need to.
But you've got to get a neat end to the video.
No, hatchet job. You don't worry, mate.
Steve is running away.
All right, Steve's gone.
I knew at some point someone would.